How do I know what slope represents? Many times in word problems, you are asked, what does the slope represent? And as a teacher, I've heard tons of answers to this, from the slope is the m to the slope is the steepness of a line. And while those are definitions of slope, they don't answer the question, what does the slope represent? Now, this is an interesting question and can be answered using the units when you are calculating slope. So let's look at an example. In the example on the right, you would calculate slope by using rise over run, or by using the formula, the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. If you look at the units, you will see that on your y-axis, which is measuring your rise, you have distance in miles. And so if you think of this, this is distance, or you might think of it in the units, which is miles. Our run in this case is on the x-axis, and you can see that the run is measured in time, in hours. So we have time as our run, or hours. Now, specifically, you might say that the slope in this problem is miles per hour, because you have miles divided by hours. Or you might be looking for a more generic answer like distance over time, which is our formula for speed. Either way, in this particular instance, the slope represents how fast the vehicle, person, object, whatever it is going. Now, sometimes you can come up with that nice generic, like it represents speed. Other times it's a little trickier. In this example, we have the force in a game of tug of war and the number of people. So if I were to look at the slope, I would see that the rise is the force and the run is the number of people. Well, this doesn't convert nicely to speed or miles per hour, but you could express what the slope stood for in words. So you could say something like this. The slope is how much the force goes up for each person in the game. And for most instances, that would be an acceptable description of what the slope represents. So a great way to answer a question like that is to look at the graph, look at what you have on your y and your x-axis, and use the units from the slope formula to figure out what the slope represents.